Is a YouTube channel. I am DcfcDeano, as I'm speaking, the one and only. I'm here to talk about the latest on Battlefield 1. At the moment, there's a alpha out at this precise moment for PlayStation 4 players. And what it is, to get your hands on a code, I haven't got one yet, as you can see, I'm on Battlefield 4. But to get your hands on a code, you have to sign up on Battlefield Insider. I know most people will probably say, "Oh, we already knew that," but I'm just here to help people that um, who don't know how to get the alpha. The alpha close, I think it's the 18th of July. I'm not really 100% on that. Apparently, also I'm here as well to talk about new games that's coming out soon, like the new Formula One 2016. I can confirm that it has a career mode on it, and it also has the safety car back. I don't actually have footage, but if you can go on their Codemaster Twitter account, you can see screenshots of this. But I'm not. I had a friend that went to the latest D3 and he tried it out there, but he's not allowed to talk about it. Only the career mode on it and the safety cars coming back. That's the only thing he was allowed to talk about because he's quite good friends with Codemaster, somebody working in there, such and stuff. It's a huge chain of events anyway. Um, but anyway, he's not allowed to talk about it anymore about who's in the cars and all that shit. And basically, this is it. It's obviously got. Apparently, I've heard that it's got the new European track, Baku in Azerbaijan. As we all know, it's not 100% confirmed, but it is there. So I'm here anyway to play some Battlefield, as you can see. And kick some Russian or Chinese ass. Also, on Battlefield 1, it's obviously against the Germans and the British Army, or as they call it, the English Army, which is quite annoying because I'm obviously fellow Englishman. Why can't they just put it as Germany versus United Kingdom? I think it's I can't remember if it was called the United Kingdom Army. But yeah, anyway, it should be Great Britain versus Germany, or Nazis, whatever you want to call them. Was it called the Red Army? I don't know what it's bloody called. But anyway, I don't know if you've noticed as well on the actual E3 footages as they was capturing flags, they're not actually called Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Foxtrot. They're actually called Alpha. Say A is Alpha. A for Alpha is um, basically apples. Bravo is, I think it's Bulldog, and Charlie, I can't remember. I think it's like not Sierra. I think it stays as Charlie. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it, Charlie. It just kept popping up as I was watching the E3 on YouTube, of the gameplay that Apples was captured and Bulldog was captured, and for you Battlefield friends fans, yes, they are doing another series of Battlefield Friends. It is going to be based on Battlefield 1, when that comes out in October. So I don't know when the actual release date of that is, but I presume it's after the release date of Battlefield 1. But anyway, I'm going to play some Conquest on Battlefield 4. If you guys are watching, don't be afraid to comment, talk to me. I'll answer any of your questions, regardless to Battlefield 4 or anything. I play other games. As you can see at the bottom, it says comment, follow me. Yeah, be one of my subscribers, and I will be broadcasting on a daily. Well, I won't be on a daily basis, but most of the time, to talk about general shit. I play with other friends called Matty, Jay Fury. They play Rocket League and they play Minecraft as well. So there'll be a lot of Minecraft tips is there for you younguns if you are watching this. Yes, there is explicit content here because there will be a lot of swearing, not just by me but by my friends as well, because they have their voices shared so you can hear them. Also, if you have a PlayStation 4 yourself, don't be scared to add me. I'm looking for new friends anytime, just as long as you're not 5 and under and you scream down the mic constantly and everything else. But other than that, I think it's pretty awesome that you want to be my friend and all sorts and chat and play all sorts of games. Racing, Formula 1, I play that quite a lot. Or racing games, fighting games, first person shooters, third person shooters. Um, I have another discussion as well, which is I know people have probably said, "Oh, many people have talked about it," which they probably have. Is the Division, and basically, which is quite annoying me really because I have to get on this soapbox at this precise moment, and what it is that how shit was a game like that? Ubisoft let themselves down, even calling it Tom Clancy's Division. I feel sorry for Tom Clancy, let alone anything. The new Ghost Recon looks amazing. See, that's a Tom Clancy game. Tom Clancy Division, that was nowhere near a Tom Clancy game. No way. There's a lot more Ghost Recon. There's like Ghost Recon, which is sort of a third person to a first person shooter. You've got Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. There were awesome games as well. You've got Rainbow Six, which the new Rainbow Six Siege. It's all right. Yes, it's not too bad. Yeah, there is new content out and stuff, but it doesn't feel to me like a Rainbow Six game. It just feels like another first-person shooter where you're just shooting terrorists. Would have been nice if there was a campaign on it, like all the others, but there wasn't. So this kind of sucks. And wish it still had that third-person terrorist hunt when you take cover, than just popping over walls and leaning around walls and stuff. But either now you get shot through them anyway. So that's my biff. Well, yeah, which is kind of gay. So the Division was a bit of a letdown. I kind of deleted it off my system anyway. I will be getting a new hard drive at some point because there's too many games coming out at this point where you've got Ghost Recon Wild, which looks pretty good. I watched the trailer to that 2 days ago. That was pretty awesome. There's this Play-Doh game called Gang Street Football, which is pretty cool. I've seen it in the E3. It absolutely wetted myself laughing. Obviously, there's the new Call of Duty, the new Battlefield. Obviously, with the Battlefield's going to be the biggest, to be honest. But then again, Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline together, if you put them as roughly about 150 gig worth of games, well, that's just pure engine of the size of the game. They have released obviously the terabyte PlayStation at some point, but then they also bring in the new PlayStation 4 out, which is sort of like a PlayStation 5, but it's capable of 4K gaming if you've got a 4K television. But it still runs in 1080p if you don't. But I just don't see the point of going out to buy another PlayStation that's probably slightly bigger in size, which is probably a 2 terabyte hard drive, which you could probably easily get on Amazon for about probably 50 to 60 quid. You're saving what? About 460 quid, 450, well, something like that. No, 440 quid to 450. You're saving that much money. Obviously, if you've got the PlayStation VR coming out as well, that's going to be £500, well, British pounds, which is going to be quite expensive to buy. I don't know if you guys are Pokemon fans. Obviously, Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Sun, that's coming out this year in November time, well, Christmas time. They have released a new type of Pokemon. It's a poison type, which is pretty much like a bug type, to be honest. But it's like, I think it's like lizards and stuff that's like poisonous. I don't know, plants that's poisonous. I have no idea. But they have released one Pokemon which is a poison type, and it is a lizard, basically lizard type Pokemon. It's a poison type and I think it's a ground type as well. And it's called. You have to give me a minute because it's spelled weirdly. I think it's Sandilart, something like that. But I'll be getting Pokemon Moon. Also, I know the Pokemon Go is out in Australia and New Zealand and in Ireland. It's not out in the UK, but it's out in the United States. I am checking through my phone now to see if it's popped up. There is no such thing as Pokemon Go, but you can get the chat for Pokemon Go, even though you are not got the app. But I know some people at this precise moment hacking Pokemon Go. But I've hacked mine, and I can't really show you because I don't have a camera. But I've got it, and it loads up fine. It's got the Pokemon Company on it. It's called. There's a company called Niantic, and it is part of the Pokemon Company, and it's exactly the same. And I'm level 4 on it, and you have to be level 5 to challenge a gym. But the gym, you actually have to walk to that location. You cannot like zip there. You have to walk into the middle of nowhere to challenge this gym and play. See, I noticed I live in Derby in England, and my Pokemon gym was in a church. That's the last time I saw one. But because I live so far away from it, it's kind of a bit of an arse. At the moment, my it's kind of being a bit weird. But yeah, at this precise moment, I have 9 Pokemon. Because I found 2 eggs. Sorry. Why have I only seen 7 was me? Oh no, because I traded some to Professor Willow. It's not Professor Oak, it's Professor Willow. And what it is, basically, it's right because you have to walk about, just walk about anywhere. With it on, you can't walk about while you're on Facebook or something, and it will probably pop up. No, you have to have the app open, and you have to walk around, and you have to stare at your phone, and your phone will vibrate if it's found a Pokemon nearby. Could be a Drowsy, Rattata, Pidgey, Zubat. It could be anything. And basically, all you do is tap it on the actual Pokemon, and you become into a battle. But you cannot use the Pokemon that you've caught into battle, only for gyms. But I haven't been in a gym yet because obviously I'm only level 4. And level 5 is the maximum time to go into the Pokemon Go. If you don't, I think it only works for Android, this hack, which I have. It's not exactly banned me or anything, but the Pokemon I've got at the moment is Krabby, Rattata, Slowpoke, a Pidgey, but then I evolved it into a Pidgeotto, um, Sparrow, a Poliwag, and obviously a Squirtle. And you get to pick the first three Pokemon, which is Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur. And you pick one, and you get to throw a Pokeball. And basically, combat power is my strongest one is a Pidgeotto, which is 101 combat. So combat power is basically let me just well, Pokemon Go is not out in the UK. Just to let you know, it's not out yet. It's Pokemon Company is deciding the release date, and I don't know if it's going to be free of charge or what. So what it is, Australia went absolutely nuts for Pokemon Go yesterday. So much for that it overtook the election and became the hottest trending topic on social media of the country. But while a lot of people have just experienced Pokemon Go for the first time, there were plenty, and myself included, fortunate enough to get time in the closed beta. So if you're getting started with Pokemon Go, here's some quick tips to help you out. It says get a battery pack or a second phone. Walking around with higher accuracy GPS enabled is going to chew up your battery life, but Pokemon Go seems to amplify that tenfold. Myself and my team had our phones plugged into a USB port yesterday with Pokemon Go's battery saver option disabled, and then the game basically still drained my battery. It's something that Niantic has acknowledged in their FAQs, which is some devices may experience. This is what they said. Some devices may experience battery drain while playing Pokemon Go for prolonged periods of time. For a lot of people, prolonging period times is more like 20 to 30 minutes. Just to clarify that. That's especially true if you're walking outside the brightness turned up because of the glare. So, if you're thinking about going for a Pokemon Go picnic, make sure you take plenty of power packs with you. If not an option, however, my mate Campbell points out that you can continue to level the same account over two devices. So you can have like an iPhone and not an iPhone, like an Android tablet. Here's the second tip for you guys. Is to learn how to throw a Pokeball properly. You have to throw this properly because if you do not, you're gonna waste it. So basically, you have the highest chance of capping. It says if you want the highest chance of catching a Pokemon, you need to wait until the ring inside the circle is at its smallest. The device. Sorry, this is. Ugh, can't even put my words in my mouth. That's the advice straight from the developers. They have to wait for the green ring on your camera because it has to activate your camera. On your camera, which has to be at its smallest. You can get away with throwing a Pokeball whenever you like. It's at the easiest difficulty. But when you start seeing orange and red rings, you want to maximize your chances of success as much as you can. Because especially once you start trying to capture Pokemon with a Great Ball and a Master Ball. Because apparently Master Balls are common in this game now. Once you get to the higher level, you could also start picking up berries at Pokestops, which is basically like a landmark. What it is, it will have a picture of something in your street. For my instance, there was a woods next to me called West Park Woods, and I went up to it, and what you did, you swiped your phone to the left and right, and it spins the sign, basically, and it spits out Pokeballs and possibly an egg. But when you get to a high level, you can get berries from him. Berries can be fed to wild Pokemon to increase your chances of capturing them. It's also the biggest tip of them all. It says it doesn't matter what Pokemon you start with. In Pokemon Go, that's not the case at all because you need to catch 20, 30, 40, maybe more Pokemon to evolve it into something good, right? Take Magikarp, for instance. Everyone struggles with Magikarp so they can get the Dragon Fury, that is Gyarados. But you only get 3 Magikarp candies every time you catch one, and you need 400 candies before you can evolve a single Magikarp in a Gyarados. Everyone, if you want to power up your Pokemon, you still need candies to do it. Basically, you need to capture replicas and send it to Professor Willow, and he will give you a candy. You only get those from catching Pokemon, like I just said. So don't worry about the starter Pokemon you pick, because unless there's 40 or 50 of them hiding in the shrub you live, chances you'll be spending your time leveling everything else up. EV is another one for it. EV evolutions are random, so you can't pick any. So if you get an EV, you cannot pick which one you want, like Flareon, Jolteon, Leafeon, Umbreon, and all that. You know, all the EVs evolve form. So when you evolve EV, it will evolve into a random one. So it's kind of fair in a way. So the basic tip is to be useful, if you get enough candies to finally evolve an Eevee, you won't have any say in it in the final evolution. I get a big bump on combat power regardless of its final form, but if you don't have an influence over the process, don't fret about it. Okay? Also, pay attention to your special attack meter, which I haven't obviously don't know about that one yet. But given to the most people, Pokemon are fairly weak. Gym battles don't tend to last long enough for a special attack to charge up. Once the meter is filled enough, you can see on the stats for each individual Pokemon how much charge is required. You simply press and hold or long and press your Pokemon to unleash its special ability. That's it. That's pretty much. Don't waste your money on buying Pokeballs. While the area might not be filled with Pokemon you want, you can also get a regular supply of Pokemon that lures and incense. And if you're going to spend money on anything, those are the 2 items that are most valuable to starting out. Catching Pokemon, especially new Pokemon, is one of the most efficient ways to level up. Pokestops are plenty generous when it becomes giving out Pokeballs, potions, even the odd revive, but incense and lures are as rare as hen teeth. So save your hard-earned Pikachu gold for those instead. Transferring Pokemon. If you're looking to level or evolve a Pokemon as fast as possible, the best way to do it is from catching Pokemon and masses to transfer them back to the Professor. You get a single candy from that Pokemon every time you do so, which is immensely helpful given the amount of Pokemon you need to catch to evolve anything valuable, like a Gyarados. Keep Pokemon Go open if you want to hatch an egg, which is kind of gay. Getting annoyed every time you look at your eggs, wondering why it's not hatching. It's because the Pokemon Go app doesn't track distance walked when the app is closed. To ensure your exercise is being properly monitored, keep an app open and active for the most efficient hatching. Sure, it won't do wonders. It won't do wonders for your battery life, but then the game is so thirsty, you should probably have a power pack regardless. Don't waste time waiting for Pokestops to give you items. Little lifestyle tip: once you spawn a Pokestop icon, you need to wait for the item to spawn in order to collect. You need to press the X on all items will automatically be spotted in the inventory. It's a useful trick to reduce repetition, but where it becomes really useful is if you're on a train, you could also have a small of your window opportunity for when you're in range, which is ideal. Don't is another one. Don't just claim new teams, defend your teams. If you're walking past a gym that's already claimed by your team, it might be tempting just to leave it and continue on claiming new gyms. However, a gym is claimed by your team. You can leave another Pokemon there to defend it. Try and leave a Pokemon of a different type to one of those that are there already to create more of a challenge from everyone who wants to claim it for you or from you. If you rock up to one of your team's gyms and the icon to leave a Pokemon doesn't appear, this means that the gym you have leveled up before you can defend it. To level it up, just train at the gym by pressing the box glove icon. Thought you have to defeat the gym in order to level it up. Gen can host up to 10 Pokemon if the maximum level. Dump your Pokemon at all the gyms for the most coins. Wherever you are, Whenever you enter the Poké Shop, you'll see a small shield icon at the top right of the menu. It is a bonus that you can activate once a day. And the more Pokemon you have defending gyms, the more coins you will be enabled. It is more particularly efficient unless you're a courier who has a route that goes past several gyms every day, but those of us who live their lives on roads is worth remembering. Waiting until you dropped off as many Pokemon as you can, and then activate the bonus for most coins. You can also get a special defender bonus if you're holding a gym for more than 21 hours, but then you could get pretty difficult to do when you're just starting out. Keep an eye on footprints. Pokemon Go doesn't explicitly tell you where you can find Pokemon in the wild, which is true. But you can also gauge roughly where they are by looking at the number of paw prints underneath their names on a nearby chart. No footprints means that the Pokemon is in your immediate vicinity. One footprint means it's close. 2 is a little further away, and 3 is further still. And it's not helpful as the distance. This was listed in the beta, but if you walk into a direction and refer back to the footprints, you know whether you're going in the right direction. And that's it, really, to be honest. That's the biggest tips of Pokemon Go. But like you say, it drains batteries quite large. Everybody's asking why. Combat power. That's what CP is when you go on Pokemon Go. Combat power. Each Pokemon has a combat power and HP, basically, which is hit points, not health points. All Pokemon start out with a full HP at capture, but HP can be depleted during battle. Each individual Pokemon is assigned CP at capture, which initiates how well that the particular Pokemon... Hold on. Yeah! What? Will do. Yes, mother. Sorry about that. As I was saying. Particularly Pokemon with perform in battle. Not all Pokemon have the same CP. For example, if you caught 2 Pikachus, they will not necessarily have the same CP. As you gain XP and become a higher level trainer, the CP of your Pokemon will capture will generally be higher. However, some types of Pokemon will naturally always have a low CP. So that's your... That's how you do it, really, basically. See, I'm on it now. I've not walked anywhere. There's leaves everywhere. So basically, all you've got is a green background with all the roads that you're on. If you've got a really powerful GPS, then you can go for it, which I don't think I've got on. But you can have power saving on. You can have. You could try your hardest to try and keep the battery life, but it just drains it completely. So basically, you need to charge this every day. See, I have no Pokemon near me whatsoever. I've got a Drowsy near me, which is 2. I've got a Ratcha, I've got loads of Pidgeys, there's a Ghastly there, which is 3, and just a load of Ratters, basically. But I'll be going to the Beer Festival tonight, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my phone on charge, and we are going to get the bus later, so hopefully I might be able to get a Pokemon as I'm going on the bus. But like I said, it does drain your battery. I've only been on it 3 times today, and my phone's on 31%, but then I have been using it, so. But on that note, what I'm going to do, because I've got to strip my bed because my mother says, but hey ho. But what I'm going to do is close this broadcast down for a minute, do the job, and boot it back up, and I might be able to do Minecraft, and I might do a little tutorial for you, just to help you Minecrafters out there that are struggling. The only problem is that I am no good with redstone. The only thing I can make out of redstone is not pistons, but it's a railway, basically. I can put railway down easily. It's like the most easiest thing, but like closing doors and opening doors is just no. But we'll see how we go. I might be able to have a little fiddle. But I don't know. But first, I want to Battlefield, so I will catch you guys later, and thanks for watching. This is DcfcDeano91's. As you can see, my name is at the bottom. Hope you enjoyed the chat. But like I said, get Pokemon Go. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. So peace, guys. Peace out. Tally-ho.